Hello everybody. I hope you all are doing well. I'm CaJuJu and this is a deck check. I'll be giving you straight up gameplay and impressions of how well each of the various games work on the Steam Deck, as well as how the controls feel, what settings I had to use to get the game to run smoothly, and whether I personally would prefer to play this game on my PC or the Steam Deck. I won't be doing any sort of deep dive into the performance or hardware of the Steam Deck itself. I will leave the performance overlay on for FPS for you to observe as we go through this deck check. Timestamps are provided for you to get straight to the part that you are interested in, so be sure to check that, especially if you want to just see gameplay with no commentary. So let's get started. The game we are checking out is Borderlands 3. Before I give a quick overview of the game, I want to note that I am playing the game through the Heroic Games launcher since I own the game on the Epic Games Store. So all the footage, my thoughts, and my experiences will be directly geared towards Borderlands 3 on the Heroic Games launcher. So if you own the game on Steam, you will most likely have a better experience overall. Borderlands 3 released in 2019 as an Epic Game exclusive, then later in March 2020 on the Steam store. Borderlands 3 is the latest entry to Gearbox's classic shooter-looter game. It is packing a crazy amount of guns for you to blast through the new worlds that this entry offers. You play as one of the 4 Vault Hunters and play through the story with their own dialogue responses and many builds that you can use to obliterate your foes. At the time of this recording, the game's deck compatibility status is playable, which means the game is functional on the Steam Deck, but may require extra effort to interact with or configure with. According to Steam, the game has issues as follows. Entering some text requires manually invoking the on-screen keyboard, and some in-game text is small and may be difficult to read, which is really noticeable in the main menus. So let's dive right into it. So if you were hoping to just download the Heroic Games launcher, connect your Epic Games library, download and play, I'm sorry to say that you have a couple more things to do before you can properly play. You can launch the game, but you'll definitely notice something is off. None of the in-game media videos will play. You won't see an intro cutscene of Marcus telling us a story. You won't see Lilith in her little vision. And if you decide to ignore all that and keep playing, you apparently get hard-locked from the rest of the game, according to some videos I've watched on getting this issue fixed. I spent a couple days of fiddling trying to get those videos to work, and the solution really is simple, and I hope it works for you. I recommend you do this in desktop mode since it freezes up if you do it in gaming mode. I'm just in gaming mode to show you what to do. So go down into Wine Manager, wait for it to load, and download Proton GE Proton 7-10. That is the one that worked for me, but you could probably use one of the other versions below. Once you have that downloaded, go into the library. Click on Borderlands 3, go into Settings, and change the Wine version to Proton GE Proton 7-10. You can now just launch the game and you'll see that all the in-game videos are working properly. It is also important to note that you must keep it at DirectX 11. Do not use DirectX 12. The game will force you to use DirectX 12 after you first launch the game, so before closing the game for the first time, make sure it is changed to DirectX 11. You will not be able to launch the game if you leave it as DirectX 12, and you would have to find the configs file to reset the settings. Since I don't own Borderlands 3 in Steam, I have to use the Heroic Games launcher for me to be able to launch the game, since Heroic Games launcher is able to connect to my Epic Games library. So the controls I am using are the gamepad with joystick trackpad. I modified the right trackpad to act as my mouse, and left click since I need mouse controls to navigate the Heroic Games launcher. I heard the Heroic Games launcher has added in controller navigation support, but I have not looked into it yet. So enough about the launcher, let's get back to the game. The gamepad with joystick trackpad layout, you can play the game straight away. Borderlands 3 is very controller friendly, so I don't imagine you running into any issues when it comes to navigating the main menu, your inventory, and just playing the game in general. You can even use gyro controls by enabling it in the Steam controller configuration. Some people wondered if launching the game through a third-party launcher would disable some controller features, but as long as you launch it through Steam, you have all the features and controls Steam offers. Personally, I am terrible at FPS shooters on the controller. Gyro controls help me aim a bit more precisely, but for me, it was hard to remember to enable it as the game is very hectic and requires a lot of quick responses. So the controls work great for Borderlands 3 on the Heroic Games launcher. I just didn't find any sort of issues with the inputs that would have hindered my experience. Borderlands 3 is a good looking game, but we'll see how it performs on each of the different graphics settings. I won't modify those settings, so you'll see how the game performs with little to no tweaking. And I will show you what my preferred graphics settings are as well. Here's the game on badass graphic quality.
composition suits me. Rise!
Here's the game on ultra graphic quality.
The hunt sings!
Here's the game on high graphic quality. Here's the game on medium graphic quality.
Rise!
Here's the game on low graphic quality.
I have no blood, so I'm taking yours. Do you see me?
Here's the game on very low graphic quality. And here's a game on my preferred settings. The game runs well on medium to very low graphic settings, which is still good since the game still looks nice. I decided to go for a mix of good graphics and performance, but no matter how low I made the settings, I just kept getting random stutters in the game. Now, this is most likely because I am playing the game through the Heroic Games launcher. I'm not sure how well the game runs through Steam, but if it's anything like Elden Ring, then it would most likely be performing better on Steam through the Steam Deck. Borderlands 3 through the Heroic Games launcher can be a hit or miss for you. It was such a big miss for me. Personally, I just prefer to play most of my FPS shooters on the PC since I never was great using controllers for them. It was cool to get it running on the Steam Deck, but the amount of time it took me to figure out how to get the game's media files to run was a big turnoff. And once I finally got it running, I seemed to get lots of stuttering randomly as I played. Borderlands 3 was enjoyable when it was running smoothly, but it honestly was just not for me on the Steam Deck. Now, this game could be running a lot better through Steam, so that is just another added advantage to having all your games on Steam. It is also good to know that this game could also be running better if you have Windows installed on your Steam Deck, so you can just install Epic Games Launcher and not have to do any workaround. I can't confirm those things myself, so if you have tried it, let us know in the comments down below. Controls for this game works very well on the Steam Deck, but the graphics and performance of the game does not work as well, unfortunately. So I would personally play this game on my desktop PC instead of the Steam Deck, just to avoid all those nasty workarounds and headaches. But let me know in the comments down below if you think otherwise, or if I missed anything you'd like to see for the next video. If there's a specific game you'd like for me to try out, feel free to leave a suggestion in the comments as well. I'll leave you some gameplay after this outro for you to watch if you just want to see gameplay without commentary. Yeah, so remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.
Hey sugar, Moxie here, and I've got a job for you. Those Calypso twins live for attention, right? So I say we take it away by turning their own broadcast towers against them.
A meager life. A fitting death.
Yeah, you can eat the rest of it. Well, folks, it appears there are new Maltese on the scene, and they have mercilessly slaughtered their holy influencer Shiv. This crime will not go unpunished. Very special thanks to our followers Tube and Dash. Your recipe for live roasted crimson rain.
So long, COV Radio. I think that deserves a shot on me. Keep this up and I'll upgrade you to a shot off me.
Hey, PH. I'm always looking for unique car parts. Bring me the sickest war machines you find out in the wild, and I'll make them available for you at the CaJuJu. Whew, that's a beefy hunk of vehicle right there. Go on and grab it for me. Now drive it back to the CaJuJu so I can scan it.
A fair price for peace of mind.
Oh, hell yeah! That's some sweet outrunner armor you just nabbed. Give it a try next time you catch a ride. I give you a whole seat, but all you're gonna need is the edge.
Time to check out our sleigh of the day!
Welcome to the Holy Broadcast Center. Our daily live stream will be starting shortly with a special guest. Give your offerings now so you can join our elite Iridium tier chat for behind-the-scenes murder and mayhem. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Let loose your bloodlust roar for our God Queen, the First Sister, Tyrene Calypso!
What up, my bandit orphans? God Queen Tyrene coming at you live from the HBC. We're streaming, you're screaming, and we're all preparing to get into the Great Vault. Got some new converts today, and guess what? They brought us the Sacred Vault map. If that doesn't earn them a special place in the family, I don't know what does. But first, I want to get real for a sec. You've all accepted me, even though I wasn't born a bandit. My first words weren't blood feud or ribcage spelunker. But now we're all family, and family is forever. We'll start the ceremony after a few quick shout-outs. Stay bloodthirsty!
Rest now. Your hunt is over.
Average of 55 miles monthly. Being right up in the set, we'll send a pic of us wearing them on the show. Just to get us torsos down.
Shot today! I'm doing what I love!
Glorious walk.
Is it silent?